Josh Sharp, probably start there. You said after the game Tuesday needed to see another specialist. That would probably decide surgery-wise. Have we got to that point yet?
Yeah, he is now just at this time in London seeing the consultant, so we will know more tonight or tomorrow morning.
Obviously, you'll await the outcome of that, but I mean, you were quite clear it's months rather than weeks, I think is what you said the other day. Given there'd also be a period of his rehab post-surgery, in your own mind, are you thinking, I've got to deal with that until maybe Christmas time, this side of Christmas?
I can't give you a serious answer about this, so let's give ourselves the next 6 to 12 hours to know more. As I said, tonight or tomorrow morning we will know more. I think the appointment which he has now with the consultant is a very important one to have them a more or less exact time frame for the time where he will be out.
Okay, understood. Guys are on duty midweek, any issues there? How did Forshaw come through that? Any adverse reaction?
No, all the guys from Tuesday night, plus Kenny and Gibbo, are in contention for the squad. On Saturday, no further issues, so touch wood, hopefully this continues on Saturday again.
And just one on L, no chance for this weekend on L?
No, he's back on the grass with the fitness guys. The swelling on his hand is less, but still can't grab and push without bigger issues, so he will be training next week and will use the international break like a few of our lads to build up their fitness for the busy period which will come in between the two international breaks.
Get the transfer condition check out of the way, 24 hours or so left. Where are you at? Are you trying to maybe do one?
Can we make it short, buddy? So I know that is a less exciting answer which you like, but I will not give any comments on transfer window today because everything what I let you know today can be in 2 hours, not the truth. I'm sorry for this.
No, understood. Trust me, the sooner it closes the better. Understood on that point, but just in general, the last 24 hours of the window, are you minded because you're preparing for a game of football? Will you leave it to Stuart and Neil and then they will feed in if they need to speak to you? How will that 24 hours play out in terms of your demands and your time you can devote to it?
Yeah, we see us quite often and we've seen us quite often the last 12 to 24 hours and the next hours probably as well.
You've stumped me there, by not really wanting to do
Move on to the next one, come on, you have a lot of topics.
Can I ask you about, not inward but outward, there was a lot of talk about Alabama Daily early in the window, some interest maybe from Italy, AC Milan. Just where are you with that guy in the last 24 hours? What's his situation?
It counts for the in and for the outs, what I said to you.
Okay, understood. Irish lads have announced their squad earlier today. Shane Duffy's in there. Great for him. I think it's the first time in a year he's been recalled. But with your club hat on, would you rather have his feet up for the next 2 weeks rather than playing? I think they've got the French and the Dutch.
Yeah, great games which they have in front of them. I think Duffy really deserved to get called up again after what he has shown. He is not only a very, very good defender, he is a top leader, a winner. He likes to win. He has a certain aura, which is something very, very special, and he is a very, very good person, character and man as well. He loves to play football, so he normally does not like to have a rest. He always likes to play. To be fair, after he played not as much in the last season, so we are very happy, and Ireland can be very happy as well that he is back on track.
And as you say, when you played him again midweek in the cup, is that pleasing because you know what you're getting when you bring a player in, but by the same token, you haven't played a lot of football and you're obviously putting a good workload on him in terms of the amount of games and the amount of minutes, and he seems clearly to be handling that no problem at all.
I think we all together, first and foremost, he and the fitness department built him up quite well over the pre-season. Quite sensible, and now I think he is fitness-wise in a shape which allows him to go 2 games in 3 days without any issue. We are, as I said, very happy about this. It took a little bit time. This is the truth as well, but I was 100% convinced and sure and had so much trust and belief in him when we signed him that he can be a top signing, a proper player, important player for us. And I think he has shown this now in the first weeks, and hopefully he stays healthy the whole season. This will be great for him and for us as well.
Just a reflection on Bristol, because you made 9 changes to this starting lineup, but I'm sure you would agree, and anybody watching that game from your team, you still got the same level of fluidity and cohesion and in and out of ball possession. Is that really pleasing that, despite that volume of changes, because you always fear, I guess, when you make that amount of changes, there is a bit of a disruption, but there was no sign of that midweek?
Exactly, and this is what satisfied me so much on Tuesday, that you still had the feeling there is an understanding for our game in ball possession and without ball possession as well. There is a togetherness, a commitment for the hard yards as well, and then obviously they played very, very good football as well and deserved this win. I was very satisfied with the performance. It was a quite young squad which we picked. They were very brave, full of confidence. You have seen this, and this was nice to see, but in the past, and now for us it's all about looking forward to the next one, which is Rotherham away.
I asked you about Gibbs after the game, and you were very happy with what you got from him, but what about Nacho as well? Played in that slightly deeper role. He's triggered it with that pass for the goal, but also as well because he's so good in possession technically, those pressure situations, when he's splitting the centre backs and he can take the ball and he can handle it. How did you feel he did in that role, and obviously moving forward, is that's something you feel could do at the championship level? From
my point of view, it is not a question of a doubt that he can show it in the championship level, because this was a championship side which we faced, and he has shown this in this game. He played very well, very less turnovers. He took care of the ball, asked for the ball in tight spaces as well, set up the goal as you said. And he runs his socks off. I think he ran over 13k, which was unbelievable. In general, to be fair, the numbers Tuesday night were great. So we really not outplayed them, we outrun them. And this was great to see that the young, energetic lads have shown their legs in this game. And Nacho was one of them.
There's another pleasing part of that, and you could put Huerta in the mix as well. That they probably haven't had the starts they'd like themselves, because every player, I'm sure, in your squad wants to be starting every game. But when they do get an opportunity, they're taking it. But is that with those type of players? Are you mindful? Do you speak to them about that? Just keep your head down, keep working hard. Your chances will come. How do you manage that situation?
Oh, Shemi, to be fair, it's quite easy, because he comes out of such a difficult period. He had anything but luck and satisfying moments in the last 10 months, and now in pre-season he was without any moment completely fit, more or less the whole pre-season. Obviously we managed his workload as well, very smart. Again, credit to our fitness department, and he was able to add training session after training session, pre-season match after pre-season match, and now he played, compared to what he has done in the previous 10 months, a lot of minutes of competitive first team football, with a goal, with an assist, good performances as well, on the fullback position, where I really like him, and as a winger. So he is back. To be fair, maybe he does not like to hear it, but I'm happy that he is not called up for Poland, because I think he now really needs this break to rest, to give his body the time to chance to adapt to what he has done, and this was great. And then obviously he for sure will attack the next 7 games in between these 2 international breaks from a very, very good level where he is now.
Yeah, and with Nacho, for example, who is an international player regularly for his country, is that again a situation you just explained how you see it? Clearly not quite, and nobody could really dispute, ahead of Kenny or maybe Gabby in that area of the pitch, but just keep working, keep getting your chances when you get them like you did midweek, just take them.
Yeah, listen, I think the guys or not. I think I know the guys are not stupid, so they see how good their competitors play in certain games or in certain situations, and then it's all about to work hard. If you get your chance, use it, and this is what the players have done. I think more or less everyone had now 2 or 3 starts in the first 7 games, which is nice to see that our performances are always on a good level. Obviously, we have space to improve every single individual, and this is what we will do. We are still quite early in the season, but we have a competitive squad together, a very tight squad at the minute, because the truth is as well we have anything but no injury problems in the first weeks. So some of the guys will come back in the international break. But Nacho has done great in training, so he deserves to start games. But obviously, sometimes are moments where other players deserve it as well. And if they get the shirt, do everything when you come on, how many minutes you ever will get, or when you get your next start, that you be ready in mentally and physically. And this is exactly what he is, and this is great to have him in our team.
As you rightly say, it is early days, but that's 5-6 games unbeaten now, league and cup. You said quite a few times pre-season you had a good feeling about what this group were coming together and what they could achieve, but with that start, as good as it has been, are they even a little bit ahead of where you felt this group would be at this stage?
Maybe when I think back to the beginning of the pre-season, but as you said, and you've seen, I think, more or less every of our pre-season games as well, during pre-season I already had the feeling here grows something quite quick. Hopefully we have positive results, good performances, energy in our stadium as well, the connection with the fans, which is important. Then we can maybe have a kickstart, and obviously it was good so far, and now we like to finish on a high. This is so important for us to continue what we have done performance-wise, and obviously to be hungry and greedy for the next win as well before we go into this break.
Yeah, and as you say, just a couple to finish for me on Rotherham. What type of game would you expect? Are we kind of bracketing them maybe in terms of Millwall, Huddersfield, that type of physical challenge?
Yeah, absolutely, but I expect it on another level, because Rotherham at home and Rotherham away is 2 different teams. At home they are top, physically energetic, legs, brave as well. I'm very happy that I've heard our away crowd is sold out, so we have more than 2,000 away supporters with us, which we need for sure. But the guys have shown they can fight as well, and on Saturday it's fight first. This is the truth. Obviously then we have to make sure that we make a lot of good decisions with the ball as well. I have every trust and belief in my players and in our supporters as well, that they will invest everything to get a win.
And as you said, there does seem to be a divergence between home and away. I mean, they'll have made changes, but heavy defeat away in the cup. But I think the last home game, Leicester, very late before they got the winner there, and Leicester and yourselves are setting the pace. So that underlines, as you said there, at home, a team you have to respect.
Yeah, absolutely. This is why I said the two home games which they had against Blackburn and Leicester were top, super competitive. Could have won both for sure. And this is why we are aware what we have to expect. It's a very direct, very physical side where we have to be ready for the fight, ready for the hard yards, ready for the physical battles, and then you have to make sure that you play football in the right spaces as well. And this is what we like to do. This is what is our idea. I said this before. We know everything about Rotherham, but it's about us. So we have to make sure we play to our strength, what we have done in the past. And obviously it makes absolutely sense after what the players have done in the first 6 competitive games, that they keep going and keep believing to play to their strength, even if we absolutely respect Rotherham and their style of football.
Just a final one, it's obviously a bit of a reunion with Jordan Hugill, player I think you liked as an individual around the group. I guess you wish him all the best, but after the final whistle, so.
Yeah, I wish him for sure all the best, apart from on Saturday and the other game which we face us. I think Rotherham, they are over the moon that they signed him. I think he has done a great job so far last season and as well at the start of this season. He fits this style like no one other, I would say, because he is this physical, hard-working striker, which I really like. Chase every opponent every single second and works very hard for the team. So and this is what Rotherham is all about. This is a team which works together, and Jordan fits this team very well.
So good also.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paddy.
Just the cup draw. Premier League, Fulham away in the third round. Just your thoughts on that, really?
Okay, could be worse, could be better. I can't influence it. I take it. Okay.
Preferred it to be home, I guess, though.
Of course, I think you will hear this from every manager that every manager prefers to play at home. But I said this more often. What I can't influence, I only take it. I recognize it and I move on.
Can I just ask you how you find deadline day personally? Would you you didn't have the stress, or do you enjoy it?
This is a little bit the same like with the cup draw. What I can't influence, I don't really think about it. It's part of my job, so we take it. Obviously, I would love that this would not happen during the season, that everything is done before the season, but it is how it is.
Cheers.
Thank you.